Hello everyone, Jolene here from Bookworm Adventure Girl. Welcome back, and if you are new, thanks so much for checking out my channel. Please hit subscribe and stick around. Today I am going to be talking about the BookTube Prize. The Octofinalists were announced on February the 1st, so there's been a bit of buzz on BookTube already about like who is judging, what they're judging, what books made it in. So the BookTube Prize, for those who don't know what that is, this is the creation of Robert from Barter Hordes. Robert does a fantastic job of keeping all of this organized. So a huge thank you to Robert for all that he does for this prize, and it's a lot of fun. So this is the 5th year that the prize has taken place, and the judges are booktubers, content creators, subscribers, and readers. And we begin with 48 books in each category. This year there are 2 divisions, fiction and nonfiction. And those 48 books are put into 8 groups of 6 books. And then in each round, which lasts 2 months, the judges rank the books, and the top 3 books in each of the groups goes on to the next round. So in April and May, there will be the quarterfinals with 24 books. The semifinals take place in June and July with 12 books, and then the finals take place in August and September with 6 books. And the winners for gold, silver, and bronze for each of the categories will be announced on October the 7th this year. So last year was my first time judging the BookTube Prize, and I really enjoyed it. I read books that I wouldn't normally, and I had signed up for fiction and translated fiction. This year the translated fiction isn't on its own, and I have to say I'm kind of glad, because I do love reading translated fiction, but it was a lot to go back and forth. So this year I signed up for the fiction category, and I did get selected to judge the first round. I am judging Group C, and I am so excited about it. I love my group, and I can't wait to get reading. So I am going to go over my group, and then I'm going to talk about just some of the other books that I'm also excited about in the fiction category. So first, I have to say that of the 48 books in the fiction category, I've only read one of them so far, and it turns out that it is in my group, and that is Young Mungo by Douglas Stuart. So I'm happy to see it here, and it also takes some of the pressure off because it means that I only have to read 5 more books for the BookTube Prize by the end of March. So I'm kind of grateful because I am also reading books for the Canada Reads debates coming up at the end of March, so this kind of works out well. The next book is probably the book that I am most excited about because people have been raving about this book all last year, and I really wanted to read it, and that is Our Wives Under the Sea by Julia Armfield. The third book, when I saw it, that it was in my group, it kind of made me laugh because there's a bit of irony to it. It's French Braid by Anne Tyler. I have never read any books by Anne Tyler before, and not next week, but probably the week after, I am going to be doing another book confessions video where I'm going to tell you how many books I own by Anne Tyler and have never read, and now I'm adding another one to the list. So that was it was funny, I chuckled a little bit. Next in Group C is Trust by Hernan Diaz, which I am familiar with since it was longlisted last year for the Booker Prize. And I know many booktubers who loved this book and many who didn't. So I'm looking forward to seeing, where I land with this historical fiction novel. Next in the group is the only book that I had never heard of before, and I've never heard of this author either, so this one is kind of the outlier for me, and that is Blank Pages by Bernard MacLaverty. All I have learned is that this is a collection of 12 short stories and that the author is Irish. So we will see how the short story collection, fits in with this group. Last but not least is Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandel. It's always nice to see a Canadian on the list, and I loved Emily St. John Mandel's book Station 11. I didn't care much for The Glassed Hotel, so I'm hoping Sea of Tranquility will be one that I can add to the enjoyed pile. Now, I don't remember exactly because it's been a while since the judges voted for the 48 books, but I'm sure that at least 3 of these received my vote, which really isn't bad. I'm pretty happy with that. So from the other groups, there are several books that I'm also interested in. Group A has Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver, How High We Go in the Dark by Sequoia Nagamatsu. If I remember correctly, I probably voted for both of them. And in Group A also has Our Missing Hearts by Celeste Ng, which I am still curious about. I've read another book by her. Group B has Lucy by the Sea by Elizabeth Strout. And Group D has Companion Pieces by Ali Smith. Now, I don't know, how you feel about this, but I like to read my series in order, and Lucy by the Sea is 4th in the series. And if I had this, I would feel like I would have to go out and read the other 3 books beforehand, if I hadn't already, which I haven't in this case. But and then Companion Pieces is a companion piece to Ali Smith's seasonal quartet, which I absolutely loved. So I do want to read Companion Pieces. But if the judges haven't read the quartet, will Companion Pieces still make sense in the same way that it would? So I always find when books and series are included in something like this, it's a little tricky. I don't know. What do all of you think? Let me know. Group D has 3 other books that I'm curious about as well. Horse by Geraldine Brooks, The 7 Moons of Maali Almeida, and I think I voted for both of these. Another one that's been on my radar is Stories from the Tenants Downstairs. That's by Sidik Fofana. So we'll see. In Group E, I think I voted for 2, maybe 3. The Marriage Portrait by Maggie O'Farrell for sure. I know I voted that because I really, really want to read it. Lessons by Ian McEwan because I own a digital copy of this book. And Love Marriage by Monica Ali. I've heard really good things about this, and I have a couple of her books on my shelf, still unread, but they're there, and I'm curious about her. Group F is probably my least favorite group. Sorry, Group F judges. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully there's some gems in there. It has Foster by Claire Keegan, which people might enjoy. I read small things like these, and I didn't like it as much as many other people seem to. So, Booth by Karen Joy Fowler. I've heard mixed reviews, although I am interested in the topic. Night Crawling by Lila Motley has also had polarizing reviews. And then the one that I probably voted for would be Shrines of Gaiety by Kate Atkinson. So this is another situation where I have never read Kate Atkinson before, but I want to. So I think I probably would have voted for this book. In Group G, several of the books I've seen and I'm aware of. And the 2 that interest me, I'm going to say the most, are Dr. No by Percival Everett. I still need to read The Trees. That was, all a buzz last year. But I would like to read this author. And then Keiki maybe, or Kaike, I'm not sure, by Vaishnavi Patel. I've seen a few people talk about it, and I think that I might like this one. And then finally in Group H, the 2 that interest me the most are Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, since I want to read more by her. And then Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, and this is by Gabrielle Zevin. And I've heard such good things about this one. So those are just some of my thoughts on the fiction category. I'm really looking forward to reading the books that I haven't yet in my group. If you are looking for more people who to follow, who are following and judging the prize, then I know that Robert has created a playlist on the BookTube channel of the videos of everyone who's talking about it. So you can go and check that out. I will leave links below. And Robert also has subscribed to all of the judges who have channels. So that's another way of, finding out who is participating this year. So you can just have a look at his subscriptions in the BookTube Prize channel. See the subscriptions, and then you can follow along as well. So I will leave links to all of that below. So please let me know if you are judging, if you want to share what category or group you're judging. And if you aren't judging, but you're wanting to follow along, are there any books that you've read that you are excited to see in the Octofinals, or are there any that you were hoping to see that didn't make it? I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and don't forget to make every day an adventure.